everybody, my name's Elizabeth and I'm a visual merchandiser at a bridal boutique with a very small budget, and so I have to come up with really affordable ways to make gorgeous displays. And today I'm going to show you how to turn a stack of paper, some glue sticks, and a display board into a beautiful floral backdrop. Are you interested? Keep watching. So what I have here is a little foldy display board thing that I got at the Dollar Tree. But you could really use like a poster board or even cut up a cardboard box. You can go cheap on this. I'm going to show you how to make all the different flowers. Then we're going to put them on this board and you're going to be amazed at how. And I'm also going to link down below templates of all these flowers. So the first one is going to be a rose. And you want to get about 8 sheets of paper or so. And I would definitely say that don't worry about being perfect. We are not going for perfection here. You don't have to be an artist. All you gotta do, lay your template out, get your scissors, and all we're gonna do is cut out these petals in the various sizes, little graduated sizes. And see, I'm not even following that template exactly because it just doesn't matter. It really doesn't. In fact, I think they even look better when they're not perfect. So now I've got a stack here. And you'll notice there's a little line there, and that is for a slit. Boom. Now, one thing that I like to do is take the top of the petals and roll them and crumple it a little bit because it just makes texture. And what you do with the little slit there is you just take a little piece or a little strip of hot glue. Also, be very careful with your glue. You don't want to burn yourself. And I'm just overlapping these two slits and holding it there, and you'll see that it makes a little bit of a 3D effect. Now, I usually make about 8 or so of each petal, but again, it just depends on what you want. And now I've made a template here of some graduated smaller sizes. So I'm going to get a stack of paper, and I'm going to repeat the process that I did for these littler sizes. This is not hard. It just takes a lot of time, but it's fun. And it looks amazing when you're finished. Making a slit on the bottom. And we're not. Okay. And if you're going to do a really large one, it's a good idea to make tons of petals first for all your different flowers and then produce. But for now, we're going to make this guy. And I always like to have a base for my flowers, and I just cut out like a circle shape. Doesn't have to be perfect again. Nobody's going to see this. It's going to be on the bottom. Pop that down. So I'm going to put glue in a circle like that. Take the biggest petals first, and we're going to overlap them a little bit like so, and be careful not to burn yourself. You can use the scissors to mash them down if you want. I just use my fingers. Okay, so this is our outer layer, and now we're going to move on to our inner layer. Okay, so we have the first layer of petals down, glued on the circle. See how they kind of fold up in a 3D effect? I mean, that was easy, right? And it's already starting to look like a flower. And I pre-cut and made all these petals using the same exact process. So now I'm just going to make concentric rings, and you want to stagger them, so you wouldn't want to put it right on top of the other one. You want to put it in the middle of the two, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do a ring of glue, just like I did before. And then I'm going to take the bottom of the petal and stick it in the middle of the other 2 big petals. Boom, boom, boom. Look at this. We're geniuses, aren't we? Everyone will think you're a genius. Look at that. Gonna go again. And you can make these petals any size that you want. I like to do big flowers like this because it covers more space, but they look really pretty small too. And you can put as many petals and rings of petals as you like in there. And it's not like I do a set number. I just kind of whatever. whatever I'm feeling. So now we've got a nice outer base, and I'm just going to go to the next smaller size. Another ring of glue in the middle. And please, please, please remember to be careful with this hot glue. I've been burned so many times. And we are getting close to a finished flower. Next up, we're going to do a super easy flower, and I'm calling it a daisy, and it's just little kind of oval shaped petals. And for funsies, we're going to go blue with these. Now you can mix your petals. You can do a flower with different colored paper. That looks good too. But this one I'm just going to do solid blue. So I'm going to get about 8 sheets. Put my template on top. Get my scissors, and we're going to just cut out this shape. This is so easy, y'all. This is like the easiest one ever. Petals. And I always try to conserve paper, so I got as many as I could fit on that set. We're just going to cut out those shapes. And for these, I don't cut a slit in the bottom and make them 3D. I just lay them flat. I don't know why. I just like to do them that way. But you feel free to do it however you like. Boom. What do y'all say instead of boom? Bam? I need to come up with some better words. Voila, maybe. And the last set. Again, we're not being perfect here. We're being imperfect. Perfectly imperfect. Your hands do get tired. Look in the scissors. There we go. And I have an extra circle from that other flower, so more glue, right? Bloop. Big petals on the first layer. And these I just kind of space willy-nilly and then fill in. This being the willy-nilly. And then I just fill in. Feel free to kind of renegotiate them if you need to. I'm going to scoot those over to make it look better. Okay. And, okay, so we've got the flat base, and we're just going to make another layer of petals, flat petals, crumpled petals. So, I did a couple of rings of those size petals, and I pre-crumpled my other graduated sizes of petals, and I'm just going to keep going. Circle of glue, petal, petal, and you can quickly see how this is forming a delightful daisy. I love daisies. I had daisies in my wedding. What kind of flowers did you have in your wedding? I bet they were pretty. Look how fast this is going, y'all. Guess what we're going to do next? Another circle of glue. More crumpled petals. And we're just going to keep doing this. And next I'm going to do the smaller size. So now you can see that we've got the daisy with so many concentric rings of beautiful petals. And we have a really ugly looking center. So I'm going to freehand a little circle. And that's going to form the center of our daisy. More glue. And there we have our next flower. And let's get the board and put it on there. Let's see, where should we put it? How about there? So we're just going to put tons of glue down again. Are y'all with me? This takes time, but it's so worth it. And it'll last forever. I mean, we have a flower wall up in the store that has been there a year. And it still looks great. Right? We're getting there. Next up, I'm going to show you how to make a leaf. Now, leaf shapes are great to fill in on the board where you have like empty spaces, or when you get really tired of making flowers and you want to do something quick to fill it in. And I've got you a template. So all you're going to do is lay that down I usually make a bunch of leaves and have a huge stack ready in case I need them. So we're just going to cut this shape out. And you see there's all these weird lines on here. I'm going to explain those. Nothing crazy going on here. So now we have like the rough outline of a leaf. And along this dotted line, I just want you to fold it in half. Fold it in half, right? And then along all these lines, that is for an accordion fold. So we're just going to fold it back and forth. And that is going to give our leaf a lot of texture. Looky there. Now these, you can crumple them a little more. And I'll show you how it looks when you add it to the board. See how it fills in the space so easily? And you know, you can do your leaves in green, or you can even make them look more realistic by cutting the edges, like so. You can like cut shapes if you so desire. Again, there's no wrong or right way. But see, that kind of makes it look a little more natural, like a leaf. Next up, feathers. Okay, now I'm going to make some adorable blue fringy feathers. Everybody loves feathers, right? So here's the template. Grab a stack of paper. I'm not even counting. I just grabbed a stack. You can do the same thing. And we're going to cut out along this line. And then we're going to cut out along this line. I got a very big stack of paper. So hard to cut. Okay, now, just like with the leaf, we're going to fold it down the middle. Just like so. And now, see all these lines? Those are cut lines. So we're going to make this a fringy feather. And I'm just cutting along those lines. And you can cut more. The more you do, the better it looks, I think, because it gets real fringy. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just kind of roughly follow those lines. These are one of my favorite things to make. They're just so flirty and fun. And they look good in any color. How cute is that? And again, these work great for filler. Anywhere your board looks a little, you know, empty, just shove a couple of these in there. Okay, so you guys get the idea. We're basically cutting out petals, crumpling them up, making them 3D with a little slit at the end, and then we're gluing them to our board. So I am going to use, I have 2 additional templates. This flower, which has kind of a, it looks like a smile, sort of. This one, I'm going to cut these out and make that flower. And then I have a pointed flower that has a point at the top. So I'm going to make the petals for these 2 different flowers. You got the idea. I know you do. You're just gluing them in circles. So I'm going to do that for these 2, and then we'll fill this board up. And that's Dottie, our cat. I figured she'd come out at some point. There she is. So I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way to make centers for the flowers. Basically, you're going to end up with a fringy thing like this that you'll roll into a tube, right? And then you fluff it all like that and you glue it in the center, right? Super easy. Get your paper, fold it over, cut this way, and you then fringe it. And you'll end up with that. Okay, so who is ready to see the completed board? I am. Is that not awesome? I mean, really, this looks so cool in Windows, and you can do it in any color. You could do it all like white on white, or all neutrals, or blush. You could even use like jewelry for the centers if you want to go super glam. But this works really well for our store, and I hope it works well for yours or your wedding. See you guys later.